Hi. Thought I'd make a little video. Um, I've been researching our Carberry line since I was about 12, and it's been hard going for a long time. Mainly due to the fact that the family, on this end anyways, pronounced it Cabry, as opposed to Carberry, or Cabry. So for years I was misspelling it wrong, and not finding a lot of information. And then someone clued me into the fact, another genealogist clued me into the fact that it was probably Carberry. And I went, uh-huh. Had a little light bulb moment, alright. And that's when I was able to find more information. But it wasn't really till this past year that I was able to find a lot. And that was mainly due to talking to older family members and pestering the heck out of them. I pick everybody's brain for the smallest little detail, mainly because in genealogy research, sometimes the smallest little detail can give you the biggest lead. And also, when I got in touch with your father, he was able to give me some more information and correct some information that had been misconstrued throughout the family. Like my mother thought that there was a brother Dan, but she couldn't remember. One brother went to Pittsfield, and one brother was named Frank, and so on and so forth. So, family memory gets a little spotty over the years. So with that information and with Rose's information, I was able to better complete the tree, and in turn find out more information. I'm still working on trying to find a death record for Joseph A. Carberry. I don't know what his middle name was. I know his firstborn son was John Augustine Carberry. I don't know if his middle name was Augustine or Andrew or something else. Aunt Rosemary recalls of an Andrew Carberry coming to visit. She is not sure how he was related. She said that she wasn't sure if it was a cousin, a brother, an uncle, nephew. She couldn't remember, but she just remembers an Andrew Carberry coming to visit the family in Dorchester. Probably about the 1930s. Sorry. I was able to talk to a genealogist in County Armagh, Ireland, and after giving him pretty much all the little tidbits of information I could get my hands on about Joseph A. Carberry and his family and what happened to them after they got here, and what we had been told about the family before they got here, he was able to inform me that they do have his birth record. They have the birth records of two of his brothers. They have the birth records of their parents, the marriage record of their parents, and the marriage record of their grandparents. Unfortunately, it's going to cost like $50 or $40 in American money to purchase said records per record. So, that is, at least for me, tabled till I can later afford it, even if it's piecemeal. He was able to tell me that Joseph was one of 11 children, which that helped. Mainly due to the fact that the family story I had heard was Joseph had at least 7 or 9 brothers who came over at various but close points from Armagh to the United States at various areas. My Uncle Don remembers a brother Charles Carberry going to Rhode Island, and that's how I was able to find Charles Edward Carberry in Rhode Island. And he had a brother James and a brother John. And I think it was James Carberry that was listed with the family in the 1910 census. But then he disappears. He goes poof. He's in the census. He's not in the census the decade before. He's in the census in 1910, and then in 1920, he's gone. I don't know where he went. I don't know if he died. I don't know if he went back to Ireland. I don't know. Found out that Rose and Mary's brother, James Thomas Carberry, did go to Syracuse, New York. He married a woman named Augusta, who was from Germany. I do not know what her maiden name was. And they had 3 children, Leroy, Mildred, and Robert. who are all possibly still alive, given their birth years. Because I haven't been able to find any information aside from their birth record in a few censuses, which tells me, in terms of genealogical research, that either A, the records are not available, or B, they're not available because they're still alive. Roy, or Leroy, showed up to Joseph A. Carberry's funeral in Dorchester. Joseph was waked at home at the house in Dorchester. The house was later inherited by my great-grandmother Marianne, or Aunt Molly as your dad referred to her. And then after that, it was inherited by my great-aunt Rosemary, who later on sold it. Which I guess a few people in the family were not overly thrilled. Joseph owned the home, so it was in the family for a couple of generations. Mary Nicholson was waked at the home of your at the home of your grandmother, Rose, in Milton. I think she died in the 30s. I'll double check my notes and send the information off to you. So yeah, I don't want to make this too long, because then it'll take forever for me to upload it, and then, so that's some information. I look forward to chatting more with you and finding out more about each other, and yeah, I hope you have a good day, and I hope your vacation goes well.